I confronted them today, and I can't stop crying or shaking. I don't know why I'm feeling this way. It's been a whirlwind of emotions, but I'm finally calming down enough to share my story. 15 years ago, when I was 19, I got into some serious trouble. I take full responsibility for it, and I still carry the shame and embarrassment. This isn't about cultural or religious differences. It's about the shame I brought to my family name. My ID was stolen and used in another state, which led to my driver's license being suspended nationwide. I was doing everything I could to fix the situation, but I had a couple of tickets in my current state that I couldn't pay because I was struggling to keep up with rent. My job was on the brink of shutting down, and I was juggling freelance work to make ends meet. I knew the company was in trouble, but I held on to hope that things would improve. Unfortunately, they didn't. Long story short, I ended up arrested and spent 2 weeks in jail. It wasn't ideal, but it cleared my tickets. My family, however, disowned me completely. I lost everything and everyone. The only reason I kept my apartment was that I could cover the rent, thanks to my freelance work. After 6 months, I finally got my driver's license back. By then, I had decided that since my family hated me, I didn't need them. A year later, I changed my last name, phone number, and email. I locked down my social media like it contained national security secrets. I finished college, settled into my career, and for the first time, I was truly happy. Fast forward to 2 weeks ago. There was a knock on my door, and it was my mom and dad. 15 years had passed without a word, and all I could manage to say was, "How did you find me, and what are you doing here?" My mom replied, $5,000 to a PI finally. A search on Facebook with just your first name found you, and the PI confirmed it was you. I pressed, "You didn't answer my second question. What are you doing here?" She said, "It's been 15 years looking at where you are. It seems you've learned your lesson, and you're succeeding. You've missed out on a lot." I shot back, "Yes, I've learned my lesson. One of them is that no one will ever help you or be understanding, even your family, and yes, I succeeded. I did it entirely without you. Please leave and don't ever come back." I shut the door, locked it, checked the back door, and closed all the curtains. They hung around for another 15 minutes, knocking and demanding to be let in. I went back to bed, turned the fan on high, and tried to sleep. I did some research and found out I had missed a lot. I have nieces and nephews, brothers and sisters-in-law. But honestly, I don't know any of them, and I don't think I need to. I live a quiet life with just a handful of friends. One friend suggested I might have taken it too far, and that I should have given my family a chance to explain themselves. I hope that would be the end of it. But then they started stalking me. I'll be honest, they're harmless, just a real pain. I've been having some fun with them, thanks to a friend who now calls them fleas. He checks in on me, asking if I have fleas or not. It's kind of funny. One night, we walked downtown to a fancy restaurant I knew they wouldn't dare go to. Another night, we visited a porn store. That was the best one. Last week, I had a 5-day stretch off, so I decided to go to the city. I was walking to the Amtrak station when I noticed they were following me. I kept my AirPods in, ignoring them completely. People on the platform even told me they were trying to talk to me, but I just shrugged it off. When the train arrived, I got on and left them behind. I loved every minute of it. Eventually, I realized I had to acknowledge them. They weren't going to go away, so we met at the park across from my apartment. I didn't hold back. I told them this was the one and only time I talked to them. I felt like a judge, laying down the law. I told them they were guilty of everything they did to me, and I wanted to hear their side before I walked away. I asked why, after 15 years, they suddenly wanted back in my life. They said I ruined the family name, and that the shame I brought was unbearable. They claimed my name had been coming up in conversation, and that family members were asking about me. They mentioned a niece and a nephew, saying now was the time to fix things. They looked at my apartment and my life and thought I must have learned my lesson. I cut them off, unable to listen anymore. My heart was pounding in my ears. I told them I did everything on my own. Nobody from that life exists anymore. They needed to tell everyone the truth that I spent 2 weeks in jail, and that's why they chose to get rid of me. I made it clear that I was doing just fine without them, relying on no one. I told them I'd be seeing a lawyer to explore options for keeping them away from me. If they continued to follow me or show up at my apartment, I would have them arrested for trespassing. Then I went home, locked everything down, pulled the curtains, and have been crying ever since.